Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited for today's look, not only because it's super beautiful, but because the majority of the products that I am using are affordable. Not all of them, but most of them. So I'm super excited. It's a good look for everyone, so you better try it. So first we're going to take Mario Badescu's water. This is the aloe water, and it's one of my absolute favorite ways to prime my face when I don't want to put in a pore filling primer, so that's what we'll do. I'm going to next take my Wet n Wild Photo Focus Foundation and my CoverGirl Vitalist Healthy Elixir Foundation. I love both of these. I love the combination on my skin. It really just works for me. I love it for a good drugstore option. I'm going to take this on a Morphe M439 brush. This is such a densely packed brush that it seriously helps all the product really stay on your face instead of getting soaked up. And with a beauty blender, I find that obviously it's a sponge, it's going to soak up a lot more product. So this just makes my product last a lot longer and spread more evenly over my face. After that, I'm going to take my Age Rewind concealer. This is in the color Pale Light, and this is a little bit yellow on me, as you can tell, but I thought I would give this a try because I usually go for either the fair color or I go for the neutralizer. So I thought I'd give this a try. It is a little bit yellow, but it works just fine. It still brightened my under eye anyway. So we're going to take a flat top kabuki brush and just tap this in. I'm using really light tapping motions, but once again, it doesn't soak up extra product, and I don't find that it's making me look any more cakey than, well, I don't know. A sponge doesn't make me look cakey, but it soaks up extra product, but this just works perfect. So next I'm going to take the Cody Airspun Translucent Extra Coverage Powder, and I'm going to take this on a Luxie 660 Precision Foundation brush. I personally would never use this for foundation. It's way too soft, but the tapered end is absolutely perfect for getting under the eyes and applying that powder. So, I mean, if you don't have this powder, you guys, I'm just going to say it again, you need to go get it. It is so good. It makes your pores look so much smaller, hence the reason I didn't use the pore filling primer and just used my water. So we're just going to set the rest of the face, and I'm going to take that same concealer on a smaller type of kabuki brush and cover up those nasty veins and lines and redness on my eyelids. I just don't love it. I normally would just go in with the concealer itself, that applicator, and put it on my lid and blend it out with the kabuki brush, but I have eyelash extensions. Next, I'm going to take the color Super Mom from the Tarte Lip palette and just set my eyelids. I was just hoping that it would make them a little bit brighter, but you can use your powder anyway. Next, I'm going to fill in my brows with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. I was using the NYX Micro Brow Pencil, but I find that it's a little hard. This is like my third one, and so I just went back to my Brow Wiz. Next, on the Jaclyn Hill palette, of course, we are going to use this gorgeous transition shade, and we are just going to buff this into the crease. Now, all of these pink brushes, if you see anything with pink and gold, I got these years ago. You guys, I got them years ago. I got a set of like 20 brushes of these little brushes for $3 on Amazon. So if you see them, that's what they are, but they're good. Okay, next I'm going to take my Morphe M139 brush, and I'm going to use this color Pukey. And I remember Pukey because who doesn't remember Pukey? I mean, that's just such a unique name. And it's a pretty intensely pigmented color. So I am going to pack this on the outer V, and then I'm going to keep it underneath that transition shade. I don't want to take it all the way up into the transition shade or go right on top of it everywhere that we just put it. So just blend it just below that transition shade, and we're just going to make these look seamless and flawless. The way that we're going to do that is we are going to take that same brush that we use the transition shade with, and we are going to blend out those edges. We just want a blown out, nice, smooth look. My eyes are set a little bit further back beneath my brow bone, so I really have to blend a lot so it's not too harsh. Next, I'm going to take this gorgeous, gorgeous cranberry shade, and we are just going to pack that on the outer V again, right on top of Pukey, but keeping it again a little bit lower than we did with that color. So every color that you add on top, getting darker in intensity, you want lower than the color previous. So we're just going to keep packing this and blending, packing and blending, and you can build up the intensity as you go along. That's what I like to do. Just work in small bits and take my time. If you don't have that time, it's okay. Just be a little faster. Same thing, we're just going to take that same transition brush and blend these out. A little tip for me personally, I softly pull up my brow and blend those colors out kind of on a flat surface. That's for people like me where you have your crease, which is so well defined because your eye is set a little further back. Next, we're going to take this color that reminds me of MAC Nylon, and we are going to pop this into the inner corner. And I just love this shade. I feel like it's way creamier than Nylon, and it's so much brighter. It's just a gorgeous bright champagne shade. Alright, so now I'm going to take this Morphe, I'm going to take the Morphe M459, and I'm just going to carve out where, I shouldn't say carve out, I'm going to erase my mistakes. I mean, that's all you do with translucent powder, is you just kind of cover up those mistakes. And then we're going to take this tiny little pencil brush. It is so perfect. It's like a liner brush because it is so stiff, but it is just so tiny. And I'm just going to take that same cranberry shade and just line halfway into my lower lash line. Then we're going to take this brush from e.l.f. This is like a little pencil brush, and take the color Pukey to blow it out. Alright, next we're going to take one of my favorite bronzers. It is perfect for me right now. This is the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. Smells amazing. If you don't have it, you need it in your life. And I'm just going to put this kind of everywhere just to warm up my face. And then I'm going to take the color Fawn from the Anastasia Light Kit, Contour Kit. I'm going to take that on this e.l.f. brush that I actually, not e.l.f. brush, this is a Wet n Wild brush. And I actually picked this up at Dollar Tree. Can you guys believe it? I go there all the time for DIY project stuff, and this was there, and it works so well. I usually take another brush to blend it out a little bit better, but it does a good job for a buck. Next, I was going to take a highlighter, but then I realized that I forgot blush. So I grabbed this NYX blush, and this is in the shade Intuition, and I popped this on the apples of my cheeks. This is another Morphe brush, which is the Morphe M405. Don't use this for blush, it just did not work well. And then I'm going to take this fan brush, also got on Amazon years ago for a couple bucks, and pop some glowing highlighter on. I seriously needed to be glowing. Why? No reason. Because I wanted to. That's why. To make it look less powdery, I love taking water, any kind of water, and putting that on my beauty blender, even if it's just regular water. Water. And I like to just press this into the skin. It makes it look more glowy, more semi-natural, instead of looking like powder is sitting on top of powder. It really just melts it into the skin. And then to melt everything together once again, I will just spray my face again with this Mario Badescu water. I like this as opposed to a setting spray because of the moisture it gives my skin. Next, I'm going to take this beautiful color from the BH Cosmetics Lip Color Palette, and I am just going to line my lips, fill them in, just take this gorgeous color. It matches that cranberry shade so well, but I'm going to really define my lips. I'm going to overdraw them a little bit so I don't have to go get lip injections. And I am going to pop this lighter shade right on the center just to give some more dimension. I am always curious to try lip injections. I'm not even kidding you guys. I know that I have big enough lips, but I just want to see them like a little more full. But anyway, we will see. We'll see if that ever happens. But for now, this little illusion will work just fine. And that is it, you guys. We are done with this look. There's my va-va-voom super thick hair. But yes, thank you so much for watching. It is so good to film a video for me. Honestly, it just feels so good. And here's my little boy, my little Brady. I love him so much. His birthday is next week. He's turning 1. I can't believe I'm going to have a 1-year-old. And he is the cutest. You see that bruise on his cheek? I didn't do it. He fell. Anyway, I love you guys.